What's this? Oh my word! It's the Abominable Snowman! Not too long ago, I started a journey. The film you're about to see is my disaster. I tried to suspend public belief, giving the viewer one option. All these months later, there is now only one option. We will discover how to hunt the abominable. High in the clouds, above the pines, the winter storms of Texas have come once again. Snow begins to form at high altitudes within clouds when the atmospheric temperature is at or below freezing. That's 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. This occurs when there's a minimum amount of moisture in the air. If the ground temperature is at or below freezing, the snow will reach the ground. These snow clouds barrel over the plains of North Texas in the winter of 2021. The wind is pushing the clouds quickly into the small hill country of southeast Texas and directly over a small swamp town named Saratoga. Along with the snow comes a legend that goes way back to the time of the natives of Texas and the many tribes that wandered through the swamps and northward into the mountains. The legend of the Abominable Snowman and those like him. An old tribal song might have gone something like this. With the snow comes the giants. They lurk in the dark and they blend with the snow. Here comes the abominable, here comes your doom. Many ancient teachings speak of monsters that ate the flesh of man. What of these creatures in the modern world, though? Does anyone seek to find them? Have there been recent sightings? Here in southeast Texas, the snow does not fall often. If the snow does fall from the sky, it normally melts instantly in this humid climate. This year is different, however, and a true nor'easter, as they call them, has blown in. Oddly enough, this weather is ideal for some strange folk to go a-wandering about the newly blanketed terrain in search of a beast that even the oldest of Eskimos has not laid eyes on. The local wildlife seems to enjoy the changes as the flakes fall by the millions. The tiny flakes resemble cave crystals that might charm even the roughest of woodland creatures. Yes, the mood is calm and peaceful in this freshly painted land. Could the legends be true? Might there be a mythical beast lurking behind the cold wind? We first met our abominable snowman hunter as he treks across his property in Saratoga after the first heavy snow. I had many questions for the strange man we will call Mr. G.
Yeah, I've been off and on hunting down the Abominable Snowman for, I don't know, near 30 years. Living in basically the subtropics of the United States of America. You don't get to hunt for the Abominable Snowman very often. You see, it only snows here, and just a hint of snow. Every 3 to 4 years, we see a glimpse of it. And so that's when I get my opportunity to hunt that vicious, bloodthirsty savage down. Yeah, they're abominations. Abominations. Should be nothing walking around made of snow that's alive. just disagree with it down to my very core.
Mr. G and those like him spend the few hours they have to search for the abominable, combing the landscape, enjoying the scenery, and looking for clues. The search for the abominable on this day begins with a family outing, house pets included.
What are y'all doing? You cold?
Yeah. I got you.
The clown. I wasn't ready for that.
Oh, your face is cold.
Yes, it is. And you just got karma right in the back.
Apparently, whilst hunting the abominable snowman, the male's skin grows cold in order to thwart off female advances.
He backstabbed you.
I can't run.
The family canines seem to
don't like
relish
this?
at the cold beneath their paws brought by the snow.
Dude, Teddy doesn't quit climbing on things.
I know.
So, we're walking around Saratoga as it's covered in ice and a tiny little bit of snow. And one thing comes to mind. With the wintry storms from the Arctic ancient world comes reports of the abominable snowman. If there is snow on the ground, it's possible he's near. You see, the myth of the abominable snowman is that he comes with the snow. There's a bit of spookiness to that.
That's you.
That's animal abuse on camera.
That's not.
It was.
Hello, dog.
If there were a loathsome beast prowling these parts, you wouldn't know it. The area is abuzz with life. Mostly birds celebrating. Perhaps a party we humans weren't invited to. So we wondered, had Mr. G ever even seen an abominable snowman?
Have I ever come close to seeing one? No. Not in all these years. I hadn't seen one iota of proof that it could even possibly be that they come with the snow. But that gives me all the more reason to keep, trudging forward. Eventually I'll see something. I'm confident of that.
So Mr. G had never seen one of these creatures. The horses nearby, I believe, felt our frustrations. As exasperated as I was after the first question to Mr. G, I continued. Asking the obvious was necessary.
What's it like being an abominable snowman enthusiast? Well, lonely. People call you crazy and, all kinds of other names. Some of them I can repeat, and some of them I won't repeat. But, the main thing is people think you're looking for Bigfoot, and that's not what I'm looking for. The abominable snowman is much, much different than Bigfoot. They're a totally different breed.
Mr. G's honesty was intriguing, although a bit shocking. Why was he so brazen as to hunt this creature if it was so legendary? He seemed fearless, so we asked him if he was scared of them.
Am I scared of him? No, I'm not afraid of the abominable snowman. What's he gonna do, touch me? He's with his cold hands? I'm not scared of that.
Hold my hand.
It's cold. Your hand's cold. No, I'm not scared of the abominable snowman.
He is scary, but I always go armed anyway, so if you point me in the right direction, and I'll look for him.
So we challenged Mr. G, and he set off down the eeriest part of his property. We captured the following footage. He is seemingly a madman, frightened of his own shadow. Cut the tape. Smack the punk and arrest him. Those felines have rights. Get a lance, then skewer the cats and quickly use them as a lure. That ought to catch the abominable for these people. Anyway, the weather was shifting and the cool air was already beginning to rise in temperature. The abominable had very little time left to show himself. We finally came to ask Mr. G the most relevant question to his situation. Why was he hunting down the abominable snowman?
Why am I hunting down the abominable snowman? Well, that's easy to answer. Since I was real young, I've just always wanted to catch an abominable snowman and, kill him, of course, and, see what his insides look like. Basic, simple reasons. I'm figuring it's a whole lot of snow. Yeah. I'm figuring there's a whole bunch of snow inside there. Don't you think? That's what would be inside him. Well, he's not interested in talking about such morbid things. But, to each his own.
Mr. G believes that one way of possibly attracting an abominable snowman is to get the smell of fear in the air. According to Mr. G's sources, the quickest way to get fear in the air is to use a dog as bait.
Teddy! Tedward! He's I think he likes the snow.
You're having too much fun, Tedward! Be afraid! Boo! Og! Show us your fear, you kind-hearted wretch!
That snowball's for Tedward, huh? Go get him. He's way down there. Hurry. Get him. He's getting him.
I will eat your soul, Tedward!
He's gonna eat his soul. That's my boy.
POV snowball game. Oh, she actually hit it. That's crazy.
I am impenetrable.
And so these seemingly
Bullseye.
hardened professional snowman enthusiasts continued on their journey and seemingly sought to perhaps stumble upon the ancient beast based on their behavior anyway. Looked to me as though they were just snowball fighting. As the snowball abuse ensued, something dawned on me. Perhaps all of the violent behavior put on display by these human beings would attract some sort of attention from something.
Destructive. This is what society has come to. We smash things. Just smash it. Yeah, there you go.
After all, their behavior was seemingly abominable, what with the constant physical assaults upon their persons, including defenseless animals.
Oh, I can't hit you. No, I can't hit you.
Abominable snowmen, indeed. What of the other family members' opinions of the father? I finally confronted the smaller G, or the little G of the family. Thank you for the snowball to the face. I didn't have tea, so that helps a bit. Has your father always been delusional, or are you experiencing this meltdown in real time as it happens currently?
Back off, Mr. Attenborough. The red flags went up when you started following us with your cameras. I would appreciate you keeping your distance before the creepy vibes on getting reach new levels of potential hostility.
Moving on, as the sun rises, so does the temperature. Mr. G and his family were trekking towards the thick swamp with the intentions of looking for tracks on frozen water. Alas, the ice is melting and the swamp will be inaccessible on this day. For every flake that melts, Mr. G's hopes of finding an abominable snowman dwindle more and more. 1 cubic meter of dry powder snow weighs between 30 and 50 kilos. If it gets wet and compacts, snow can weigh up to half a ton per cubic meter. A layer of ice only 12 centimeters thick weighs as much as 2 to 3 meters of fresh snow. Ergo, snow melts faster than thickened ice. It does not take much of a rise in temperature to send the drops falling. Mr. G has no more time, it seems, to seek out the beast he so desires to disembowel. Mr. G does seem to be persistent and stubborn. Will he continue in his quest, or will the swamps of Saratoga, Texas know no peace?
Yeah, People are gonna ask, well, why are you gonna keep on looking for the abominable snowman when you've got no evidence? No one around where you live ever's even seen one. And it's hardly ever snows. Like, this is really seriously not gonna happen again for a long time. And I just look at them and I say, hey bud, it's okay. It's okay, I see you. I see into your heart. I see who you are inside. And it's not for you. Looking for the abominable snowman is not for everybody, okay? You cheer up there, little guy. It's gonna be alright. I'm gonna keep on looking. He's out there.
Much to our crew and Mr. G's surprise, the winds shifted once more, and even more snow blew in as another cold storm swept across the big thicket with furious vigor. Could this be the moment we finally see the abominable? Mr. G has wasted our time. He has no evidence and no hope of finding any. I am moving on, but first I will say goodbye in my own way.
Mr. G, I hope you're eaten alive by wolves. I had a respectable career until now, you stupid swamp billy. Do you hear me out there?
Your British accent sounds funny when you yell.
Your wife and son need a father and a husband, not a twin. Come and get him, foul beasts of the wild.
David, were those actual wolves? David! Mr. Attenborough! David, don't yell no more!
There shouldn't be wolves this far south.
Casey just screamed really loud because she almost slipped into this wet pond here. And this is what she does all the time. She yells, and then I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, oh, fine, everything's okay, great. Quick impersonation of Casey when like something scares her and it's really like no big deal. Are you okay, sweetheart? Yeah, I'm fine. It's that bad. Look at her laughing. That proves that it's real. That's how bad it is.